All right, time for the Week 10 Best Bets. Last week was a total disaster. Was only our second losing weekend of the 2013 season, but we lost all 4 of our bets. So the overall record now sits at 18-18, no better than a coin flipper. Very frustrating. Hopefully we can get back on a winning note here this week. There are 4 games I'm going to be involved in. I'd like to go through them now quickly. Starting with the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Baltimore to face their division rival Ravens. The Bengals a 1-point favorite on BETDAQ, and I like Baltimore in this spot. The Ravens have lost 3 straight games, but they've all been competitive. All 3 of those losses have come by 6 points or fewer. The Ravens have been playing very good defense this season ever since that Week 1 meltdown in Denver, and we know the Bengals struggle offensively at times. 5 different times this year, the Bengals have been held to 21 points or fewer. I don't think they're going to have much success on offense in Baltimore on Sunday. And you look at the Bengals defense, which is the strength of their team, really banged up right now. Geno Atkins, the best player on that defense, their defensive tackle, will miss the rest of the season after injuring his knee last week. But there's several other key defensive players that won't be playing on Sunday. Ray Maluga, Michael Boley, Leon Hall's on IR, same with safety Taylor Mays, defensive tackle Devin Still. The Bengals just all sorts of banged up on that side of the ball, so I think this is a good spot for a Baltimore play. I think the Ravens win that game outright. Next game I'd like to talk about, the Oakland Raiders traveling across the country to face the New York Giants. Giants a 7.5-point favorite on BETDAQ. Might look a little unusual at first glance to see a 2-6 team like the New York Giants favored by 7.5 points, but I really feel like this is a great spot for a Giants play. The Raiders are bad offensively. They're especially bad in the passing game. Terrell Pryor, probably the worst passer among the NFL's 32 starting quarterbacks. And so they're not going to be able to attack the Giants where they're the weakest, and that is in the secondary. The Giants are actually pretty good against the run. Running the football is what Oakland likes to do. They're going to be without Darren McFadden, their best running back in this game. Defensively, the Raiders rank 25th in the league against the pass, and passing the football is just about the only thing the New York Giants have continued to do well this season. So I think this is a great matchup for the Giants. I think they're going to blow out the Raiders at home. I'm on New York minus 7.5. Next one I'd like to talk about, the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Green Bay to face the Packers. Green Bay a 1-point favorite here over the Eagles. Eagles a very unpredictable team. They hung 49 points on Oakland last week, but their 2 previous games they failed to score a touchdown against Dallas and the New York Giants, 2 bad defenses. So again, you don't know really what to expect from this offense, but at this point I'm going to say that their weeks 7 and 8 performances when they didn't score a touchdown in 8 quarters, I'm going to say that those were the outliers, because you look at the rest of their season, including last week, and this has been a very good offense. Green Bay very average defensively, so I think the Eagles are going to have some success moving the football in this game. And of course, the main reason here to like Philadelphia, Aaron Rodgers breaking his collarbone last week, Seneca Wallace getting the call at quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I was very unimpressed with Wallace and that Green Bay offense in their loss to Chicago last week after Aaron Rodgers went down. Remember, Green Bay, they've lost some weapons on offense this year. Randall Cobb, Jermichael Finley no longer there. James Jones still not 100%. So Seneca Wallace, it's not like he has a full complement of weapons at his disposal. I don't think the Green Bay offense is going to be very good at all in the coming weeks as long as Wallace is under center. So even though Philadelphia does have the worst defense in the league statistically, I think they're going to hold up all right against Green Bay in this game, and I think the Eagles are going to pull out a road win. I like Philadelphia +1. Final game I'm playing is a total. The St. Louis Rams traveling to Indianapolis to face the Colts. Colts a 9.5-point favorite on BETDAQ. The total is 44, and I am betting under 44 points in this game. Funny thing is, when I shot the preview video for this game, believe we recorded that on Wednesday, I did not mention the under as a bet I liked. I think I said I was largely staying away from the game. I might have had an Indianapolis lean. But over the last couple of days, the more I've looked at this game, the more the under is standing out to me as a bet that should be placed. St. Louis has been playing very well on the defensive side of the ball over the last couple of weeks. And Indianapolis, this is only going to be their second game without Reggie Wayne. Their first game without Wayne last week against Houston, boy, that offense looked really bad for the first 3 quarters before picking it up in the fourth quarter. So I'm not sure the Colts offense is going to hum right along. I think the Reggie Wayne injury is going to be bigger than most people give it credit for. Wayne was Andrew Luck's go-to receiver. T.Y. Hilton, now the number one wide receiver in Indianapolis. They now have a thin receiving core. They haven't been running the ball very well this season. I think the Colts are going to have trouble on offense for the next few weeks, starting this week against the St. Louis Rams. However, the Colts have been better on defense this year than people realize, and the Rams, dreadful offensively. They've been even worse over the last couple of games since Kellen Clemens has taken over for Sam Bradford at quarterback. I do not have much faith in the Rams offense in this situation, so I think under 44, a real good-looking bet in that game. There you have it. Those are my 4 games. I like Baltimore +1 against the Cincinnati Bengals, the New York Giants -7.5 against Oakland, Philadelphia +1 against the Green Bay Packers, and under 44 in the St. Louis Rams-Indianapolis Colts game. I wish you best of luck in whatever you decide to do this week, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interests.